Welcome everyone to yoga. My name is Liza, for those of you that I may not have met before. As a reminder, if you have any special conditions or if you're recovering from injuries, be sure to take care of yourself. You could use the chat feature to either chat with the group or you could send a chat message privately to me. So if you have a particular concern that you want to send me a chat message about, you could feel free to do that now before we get started. So I hope that you all have a yoga mat and just make sure that you have some space cleared around you so that you are able to move. And you might want to let other people that may be home with you to let you know that you'd like to have some quiet time for the next hour. And also make sure that your cell phones are also silenced so that you're not gonna get any other distractions from your electronics. So in our class today, we'll focus particularly on postures that will focus on the hips. So when the hips are out of alignment, it could lead to lower back pain and pain in other areas of the body. So that's where our emphasis will be. I will also emphasize stress management and relaxation. So I'll encourage you to focus on your breath and throughout the class and using your breath as a way to help calm and settle the mind, ease any anxiety that you may be feeling, and give you the opportunity to bring your mind to this present moment where peace is available. So we are going to begin in a seated position. So you're welcome to sit cross-legged or on your heels or in any way that feels comfortable for you. I'll be sitting on blocks, but if you don't have any blocks, don't worry about it. You're fine to sit on your mat. So just take a moment to get settled into your seat. Allowing your hands to rest wherever they are comfortable. And you have the option to either close the eyes or gaze very softly towards the floor so that the eyes are just barely open. Begin to move your attention inward. Beginning to let go of your morning and bring your mind into this very present moment. Inviting the breath to flow in and out through the nose. And using the breath to help guide your spine into alignment. As you next exhale, grounding your sitting bones down towards the earth. And as you inhale, lengthen through the spine and extend the crown of the head up towards the sky. Tuck the chin in slightly and bring the chin parallel to the floor. Continue breathing in and out through the nose at your own rhythm. And on your next inhalation, expand and broaden through the chest. And as you exhale, slide the shoulders down away from the ears. The belly soft to allow for a full and easy breath. And each time that you inhale, feel the belly softly expand as you fill the lungs. And as you exhale, emptying completely and drawing the navel in towards the spine. Again, full expansion on the inhalation. Emptying completely on the exhale. Continuing to breathe in and out through the nose. And on each inhalation, welcoming in peace and relaxation. And as you exhale, releasing stress, fear, and negativity. allowing each breath to bring your mind more present to this moment. And now, as we prepare to ease into movement, I'd like to remind you to be kind to your body, knowing that you're always welcome to take a rest or modify the poses to best meet your needs. And I encourage you to breathe as freely and deeply throughout the class as you are right now. And now tucking the chin in towards the chest, very softly allow the eyes to open. And coming to sit with the legs extended. So sitting with the legs out in front of you and the hands by your sides. So the hands are right underneath the shoulders, fingers pointing forward. Keep a soft bend in the elbows. We're on chest and move the shoulders down and away from the ears. And now begin to alternately flex and point the feet. Beginning to warm up the ankle joints. And now circling the feet, drawing the toes towards one another and then away. And now pause and circle in the opposite direction. And circling the legs around once more. And then giving the legs a little shake from side to side to release. And now bend the knees and bring the feet to the floor. And bring the feet wider than hips width apart. And begin to drop your knees from side to side. And be sure that the feet are wide enough apart so that both knees could drop towards the floor. And as the knees drop to one side, turn the head to look over the opposite shoulder and press into that opposite hand to bring the twist up into the head and neck, chest, and arms. Continuing to breathe naturally in and out through your nose. And now the next time that both knees drop over towards your left side, pause here and turn the torso so that the center of the chest is in line with your left knee. Placing the hands on either side of that knee, we'll move now into a dolphin breath. So in your next exhalation, tuck the chin in towards the chest and round the spine as you lower the forehead down towards the knee. And on your inhalation, leading with the chest, lifting the torso back upright. And again, exhaling, rounding, lowering the forehead towards the knee. Inhale, leading with the chest as you lift back upright. And moving once more this way. And now this time we'll reverse. So keeping a long neutral spine, exhale as you lower the chest towards your knee. And inhaling, the chin in, round the spine as you lift back up. Again, exhale, lowering with a long neutral spine. Inhaling, rounding up. And once more. And pausing the next time you return to an upright position, we'll move next into a spinal twist. So bringing your right hand across to your left knee. And bringing the left hand to the floor behind you and turning the head to look over your shoulder, away from the screen and towards the wall behind you. Keep lengthening through the spine, lifting the chest and relaxing the shoulders. And you may wish to stay in this version of the twist, keeping your right hand on the left knee, Or if you'd like to twist a little bit deeper, you could bring your right hand next to the left on the floor behind you, and you could stay here resting on the palms, or if it's comfortable, you have the option to drop down onto the elbows and rest on the forearms. So choose whichever one of these options is calling to you. Wherever you are, keeping your spine long and the shoulders relaxed. You may wish to gaze softly out the left corners of the eyes. Hold where you are for one more full deep breath in and out through the nose. And now if you drop down onto the elbows, lifting back up onto the hands and extending the right arm at shoulder height. And inhaling, slowly unwind, coming back to center. And from here, we'll move into a half circle. So pressing into the left hand as you lift the hips off the floor and swing the right arm overhead. And you're welcome to stay in this version, keeping both knees on the floor. Or if you like, you could straighten the right leg and bring the inside of that foot to the floor. So see which option feels right for you. Always moving without strain and stretching to the point of comfort. Pressing the hips up and spiraling the torso so the chest is aiming towards the sky. And now circle the arm from the shoulder, keeping large circles around your body. And now pause and reverse. And circle in the other direction. And now circling that arm around once more, and then reaching the arm overhead, bending out the elbow to relax the upper back. Breathe. And now exhale, slowly lowering the hips back down to the floor. Turning back to center. And again, dropping the knees from side to side to realign the pelvis before we repeat the sequence on the other side. And now dropping both knees over to your right side, turning the torso so that the center of the chest is in line with your right knee. Hands are on either side of the knee. And now we'll move into the dolphin breath. So tucking the chin in and exhaling as you round down, bringing the forehead towards your knee. Inhale, leading with the chest, lifting the torso back upright. Again, exhaling, round. Inhaling, lifting. And once more. And now we'll reverse. So exhale, leading with the chest, long neutral spine as you lower the chest to the knee. Inhale as you round, tucking the chin and lifting back upright. And continue to move at the pace of your own breath. And once more. And returning to upright and preparing for the spinal twist on this side. Bringing your left hand to your right knee. Opposite hand rests on the floor behind you, looking over the right shoulder. And gaze out the corners of the eyes towards the wall behind you. And then choosing your variation on the side, either keeping the hand on the knee, resting both hands on the floor behind you, or dropping down onto the elbows. Wherever you are, keeping the spine long and the shoulders relaxed. Stretching only to the point of comfort without any strain. One more full deep breath in and out through the nose. And now if you drop down onto the elbows, lifting back up onto the hands. And extending the left arm to shoulder height. And gazing at the fingertips as you inhale and unwind. And preparing now to move into half circle. So you may want to stay on both knees as you lift the hips and swing the left arm overhead. Or if you like, you could extend that left leg straight, bringing the inside of the foot to the floor. See what works good for you. Keep lifting through the hips, aiming the chest towards the sky. And now circle the arm overhead from the shoulder. You can make those circles large or small, finding a pace that feels good. And now pause to reverse and circle the arm in the other direction. And circling the arm around once more, and then reaching the arm overhead, bending at the elbow. Keep lifting through the chest, breathing. And now exhaling, slowly lowering back down. Dropping the knees from side to side. And extending the legs out in front of you and giving them a shake from side to side. Next, we'll move into a table position. So making your way onto hands and knees. And in table, you have the option to rest either on the palms, or you could rest on fists, or you could bring the forearms to the floor to alleviate pressure in the wrists. So feel free to choose from those options or shift around. If the palms are on the floor, place the wrists underneath the shoulders and spread the fingers wide, pressing into each fingertip and knuckle to distribute the weight. Feet and knees are hip width apart. Broaden through the chest and move the shoulders down away from the ears. Keep a soft bend in the elbow to avoid hyperextension. And lengthen the spine by extending the tailbone and the crown of the head away from one another. And now moving into cat and dog. On your inhalation, lifting the tailbone, lifting the chest, gazing upward, moving into dog. And as you exhale, draw the tailbone under, round the spine, and move the chin towards the chest into cat. Again, inhaling, arching, and lifting into dog. Exhale, round into cat. And you might want to stay in this version of cat and dog, or if you'd like to add on the next time you round, holding here, and lower the bottom to the heels, moving briefly into extended child, and then inhale, lifting right back up to table, and lifting the feet off the floor as you lower the hips down, opening through the chest, coming into a modified upward dog. And again, inhaling, lifting back to table, exhaling, rounding and moving into child. Inhale, lifting up to table, lowering the hips and lifting the feet. So continue to move back and forth at the pace of your own breath. And once you have the movement down, if you like, you could try closing the eyes. And now the next time that you move into your child pose, relax here. And you may either lower the forehead to the floor, or you could keep the forehead hovering away from the floor if that feels better on your neck. Keep breathing in and out through the nose. And now releasing, inhale, returning to table, and preparing now for downward facing dog. Bringing the balls of the feet to the floor, lifting the tailbone, and on your exhalation, lifting the hips, lifting the knees, and pedaling out the legs, lowering one heel to the floor as you bend the opposite knee and alternate. And now pressing both heels towards the floor. Extend the tailbone up and back towards where the ceiling and wall meet behind you. Slide the shoulders down the back and aim the crown of the head to the space between your hands. And now soften the knees, walk the feet towards the hands and come to hang in a forward fold, keeping a soft bend in the knees, relaxing the crown of the head. And now bring the hands to your shins and inhale, lifting halfway so the spine is parallel to the floor. And then exhale, soften forward. Bring the hands to the hips. Press into the feet, draw the navel towards the spine, and inhale as you slowly hinge all the way up to standing, taking your time and bringing the arms out to the side and overhead. And exhaling, lowering the hands down to prayer position in the heart. And standing tall with the hands in prayer, taking a few deep breaths here, adjusting to standing. And now releasing the arms. And inhaling as you draw the shoulders up with the breath. And rolling the shoulders back once more, and then releasing the arms by your sides. We'll move into side stretch here. So standing tall with the feet hips width apart, relaxing your shoulders. And inhale as you bring the arms out to the sides and then overhead. And bend at the elbows and clasp opposite elbows with the hands. Relax the shoulders down. Pressing into the feet, lengthen your spine. And as you exhale, stretch the torso over to one side, pressing the opposite hip away. And then inhale, return to center. Exhale, reaching to the other side. Inhale to center. So stretching from side to side, following your own breath. You don't have to reach over very far, just so that you feel a comfortable sensation. The next time you pass through center, pause and reverse the hands, bringing the opposite arm in front, and continue to reach from side to side. And reaching once more to each side. And then returning to center, extending the arms overhead, reaching long through the fingertips, relaxing the shoulders. And exhaling very gradually, begin to lower the arms down by your sides. So next we'll move into a half sun salutation. Standing tall with the feet hips width apart. Inhale as the arms reach out and overhead, palms touch, gazing upward. And then exhale, hinge forward, extend the arms to T position, swan dive into your forward fold. Soft knees. Bring the hands to the shins. Inhale, lift halfway so the spine is parallel to the floor. Exhaling, fold forward. Press into the feet, hands to hips, navel to spine. Inhale as you slowly hinge all the way up to standing. Bringing the arms out to the side and overhead, and then exhale, lower the hands to prayer position in front of the heart. So next I'm going to turn sideways to the front of my space. We'll move into another half sun salutation, and then we'll add on some standing postures. Standing tall with the arms by your sides. Inhale as the arms reach out and overhead, palms meet. Exhale, swan dive into your forward fold. Hands come to the shins. Inhale, lift halfway so the spine is parallel to the floor. Exhale, soften and fold forward, bringing the fingertips to the mat. And as you exhale, stepping the right foot back and lowering the knee to the floor as you bend your left knee in line with the ankle. So the feet are still hips width apart here. Top of the right foot is resting on the floor. And now drawing the tailbone down, lift the chest and relax the shoulders. So from this low lunge, we'll make our way into crescent pose. So bringing one hand at a time to your front knee, lifting the torso, and then releasing the arms. And inhale as you bring the arms up and overhead, keeping the arms wide apart, flexing the hands, pressing the fingertips towards the wall behind you. Keep lengthening through the abdomen and the lower back, drawing the thighs towards one another for stability. And now exhaling, lowering the arms down to frame the front foot. And next we'll move into a spinal twist. So you could rest on the fingertips of the right hand, or you could bring that right hand flat to the floor. Left hand comes to the left hip, and we're going to twist away from the screen towards that bent knee. So exhaling, twisting through the torso. And you can keep the hand to support the lower back, or you can extend that left arm straight up from the shoulder, palm facing the wall in front of you. Breathe here. And you can now either keep the right knee on the floor, or you can bring the ball of the right foot to the mat and straighten that leg and come into a high lunge variation. And now unwinding, bringing the hands to frame the foot, framing the left foot, coming into the high lunge. So you could stay in the low lunge and move into another crescent pose, or you could keep the back leg straight to move into warrior pose. So pressing into the feet, bringing one hand at a time to the left knee, lifting the torso, bringing the hands to the hips. So feet are hip width apart here, the back heel is lifted, the leg is active. If you're feeling wobbly, you could walk that back foot in a little bit closer, or you could bring that foot towards the rear of your mat to deepen the stretch. Squaring the hips forward. Draw the thighs towards one another and press the tailbone down. And now releasing the arms. And now extending the arms below the shoulders, flexing through the hands, pressing the fingertips back towards the wall behind you, going into a variation of warrior one. Remember to breathe. And now inhaling, lifting the arms up and overhead. And we'll prepare to move next into warrior two. So bringing the right heel to the floor as you turn the torso and reach out long through the arms. So make sure that the shoulders are directly above the hips, facing towards the screen, bending deeply into your left knee, reaching long through the fingertips, and then turning the head to gaze past the fingers of your left hand. And from warrior two, we'll move into reverse triangle. Turning the left palm to face up, slide the right hand down the right leg, straightening the left leg as you arch over to the side. Inhale, return to warrior two. Bringing the left forearm to the left thigh, right arm reaches overhead for side angle. We'll repeat that again. Inhaling, lifting up to warrior two. Take a breath or two here. Left palm faces up, straightening the left leg as you reach over to the right. Reverse triangle. Inhale, move into warrior two. Exhale, side angle. And moving between those three postures once again at your own pace. And the next time you make your way into side angle, holding here, feeling a long line of energy from the right heel up through the right hip, shoulder, and out the crown of the head. You can move into any variations that you like here. And preparing to release, pressing into the feet. Inhale, return to warrior two. And now come on to the ball of the right foot, pivoting the arms, lowering the hands to frame the front foot, coming into a high lunge. And now stepping the back foot forward into a forward fold, relaxing the crown of the head. Hands to shins. Inhale, lifting halfway so the spine is parallel to the floor. Exhale, soften and fold forward. And now press into the feet. You can either bring the hands to the hips or extend the arms into T position. Pull the navel towards the spine. Inhale as you slowly lift all the way up to standing. Bringing the palms to meet overhead, and then exhale, lower the hands to prayer position in front of the heart. Close the eyes or gaze softly. Feel the heartbeat with the thumbs. Check in here to receive the sensations and energies of your standing postures. Noticing what you're feeling in your body, mind, and breath. And now releasing the arms. You could turn your face forward again and give a little shake to one leg and then the other to release. And now we'll prepare to repeat that sequence on the other side. So coming to the right side of your space. And standing in simple mountain with the feet hips width apart, shoulders relaxed. We'll move first into a half sun salutation. Inhale as you bring the arms out to the side and overhead, palms meet, gazing upward. Exhale, extend the arms to T position and hinge forward from the hips, moving into a soft forward fold. Bring the hands to the shins. Inhale, lifting halfway so the spine is parallel to the floor. And then exhale, lowering the hands down to the mat. And now stepping your left foot back. Bringing that left knee to the floor and moving into a low lunge. Right knee is bent in line with the ankle. And the feet are hips width apart. If you like, you could slide that left knee a little closer to the rear of your mat to deepen the stretch. And we'll prepare now to move into crescent. So bringing one hand at a time to your bent knee and lifting the torso, bringing the hands to the hips. Broaden through the chest and relax the shoulders. We'll move into another variation here with the arms. So bringing the elbow, holding opposite elbows with the hands behind the back, drawing the shoulders down. Lengthening through the head and the neck, chin is parallel to the floor. Remember to breathe. And now releasing the arms and returning the hands to the floor, framing your front foot. And we'll move now into the twisting variation. So you can bring the left hand flat to the floor or resting on the fingertips. Right hand comes to the right hip and then twisting away from the screen. And you could keep the hand on the hip or you can extend the arms straight up from the shoulder, palm faces the same direction where you're gazing. You could keep the back knee on the floor or you can add the high lunge. Pressing out through the back heel and activating the leg. And now exhaling, unwinding, lowering the hands to frame the front foot. So here you have the option to bring the back knee on the floor and do crescent pose again. Or you could join me in the high lunge, preparing for warrior. So pressing into the feet and inhaling, lifting the torso, bringing the hands to the hips to begin. Keep pressing out through the back heel, adjusting your stance if you want to shorten the stance or make the stance wider. And squaring the hips. So taking the right hip slightly back and the left hip slightly forward. Lengthening through the abdomen and the lower back. Draw the thighs towards one another for stability. And now release the arms. And now choosing your variation, so you can extend the arms out to the side and you keep the arms low. You could bring them above the shoulders, shoulder width apart, or you could bring the hands together. So choose whichever option is calling to you right now. Keep breathing in and out through the nose. And we'll prepare next to move into Warrior Two. So bringing the left heel to the floor, That foot is in at a 45-degree angle, bending deeply into your right knee. Bring the hands to the hips for a moment to give the arms a rest. And make sure here that the shoulders are directly above the hips. And rather than having the shoulders and hips facing the knee as in warrior one, you want the shoulders and hips facing this long edge of your mat. Extend the arms to T position, reaching long through the fingertips and drawing the shoulder blades towards one another. And turn the head to gaze past the fingertips of your right hand. And turning the right palm to face up, straightening the right leg as the left hand slides down your left leg, reaching over for reverse triangle. Inhale, return to warrior two. Exhale, moving into side angle. Press into the feet. Inhale, warrior two. Take a breath. Lifting into reverse triangle, exhaling. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, side angle. And now moving between these three poses at your own pace. And as you're ready, making your way to hold side angle pose. Choosing your variation here, you could keep the arm extended overhead, or you could wrap the arm behind the back if you prefer. Continue to breathe. And now releasing any variations. Pressing into the feet, return to warrior two once again. And from warrior two, we'll move into a high lunge, pivoting onto the ball of the back foot, lowering the hands to frame the right knee, coming into your high lunge. And now exhaling, stepping the back foot forward, coming into a forward fold, relaxing the crown of the head. And now place the hands on the shins. Inhale, lift halfway so the spine is parallel to the floor. Exhale, soften and fold forward. And now press into the feet, navel to spine. Inhale as you lift all the way up to standing. Arms reach out and overhead, palms touch. Exhale, lower the hands to prayer position in front of the heart. Close the eyes or gaze softly. Checking in as you receive the energy of these postures. Noticing what you're feeling with compassion and curiosity. And now release the arms. Give a shake to one leg and then the other. Next, we're going to move into everyone's favorite, balance. So I'll be guiding you in dancer pose. If you are in a space where you wall nearby, you hold onto a wall, and you could challenge yourself by holding onto the wall and then moving away. I'm going to turn to one side so you can see the posture a little bit better. And if you're working with a wall, you might want to hold onto a wall either to the side or in front of you, depending on what version you're doing. Also in balance poses, it's helpful to find a focal point, something that isn't moving to steady your gaze and attention. So you might want to look first to see where we're heading, and then once you're comfortable, you might want to turn away from the screen and gaze at the floor or at the wall. So we're going to begin by balancing first on the right leg. So begin by standing tall with your feet hips width apart, relaxing the shoulders. And now really pressing that right foot into the floor, making that leg strong. And now lifting the left foot as you bend the left knee and taking hold of the inside of that foot with your left hand. Lifting the right arm straight up from the shoulder. So again, you could keep that arm lifted. You could rest that arm on a wall in front or to the side of you. And some of you might want to stay right here in this version, keeping the torso upright. If you're feeling steady and you would like a little more challenge, you have the option to hinge forward, bringing the spine towards parallel to the floor and pressing the back foot into your hand. So if you're feeling wobbly and you need to take a break, you can always come in and out of the balance as you like. And it's also fine to stay in the upright version. And one more full breath wherever you are. And if you've hinged forward, inhale as you slowly lift yourself back upright. And exhale gracefully, releasing the left foot to the floor, relaxing the arms. Stand in stillness for a moment to breathe into these sensations. And now releasing that right leg, giving it a shake. And now we'll move on to the other side. So again, standing tall with the feet hips width apart, relaxing the shoulders. Lengthening evenly through the abdomen and the upper back. Standing tall, lengthening through the head and the neck. And now beginning to shift your weight into the left leg. Pressing evenly to the inside and the outside of that foot. Being careful not to lock the knee. Left arm reaches up from the shoulder. And now bending your right knee, taking hold of the inside of the right foot with the right hand. So it's fine to stay here. It's fine to hold on to a wall. If you'd like to hinge forward, you have the option to do so as you exhale. Pressing the back foot into your hand. One more full breath in whatever version you're in. And if you hinge forward, inhale as you slowly make your way upright. Exhale gracefully, releasing the foot and the leg to the floor. Stand in stillness here for a moment to relax and receive the sensations of dancer pose. Noticing your experience with patience. And now give a little shake to one leg and then the other. Next, we will prepare to head towards the floor. So we'll move to another half sun salutation and make one side of your mat, standing tall with the feet hips width apart, arms relaxed. Inhale as you reach the arms up and overhead, bringing the palms together to touch. Exhale, swan dive into your forward fold, relaxing the crown of the head. Bring the hands to your shins. Inhale, lift halfway so the spine is parallel to the floor. Exhaling, soften forward, bringing the hands to the mat and stepping one knee back and then the other, lowering down into table position. And from table, moving into puppy, sliding the arms forward, keeping the hips above the knees. Lower the forehead or the chest towards the mat, or the head and chest can hover away from the floor. Closing the eyes if you like, or keeping a soft gaze down towards the floor. Settling here into your puppy stretch. And from puppy, we will move into Sphinx pose. So sliding the torso forward, lowering the forearms to the mat, straighten the legs and lower the belly to the floor so that you're coming to rest on top of the forearms. So bring the feet as close together as is comfortable and press the feet down into the mat, engaging your legs. Press the pubic bone down to the floor and draw the navel in towards the spine. Be sure that the elbows are right underneath the shoulders. And see if you could press the elbows just a little bit closer towards the rib cage. Broadening through the chest and moving the shoulders down and away from the ears. Gaze at the floor ahead of your mat to keep the back of your neck long. And one more full breath here in Sphinx. And then exhaling, slowly lowering down, placing one hand on top of the other to rest the forehead. And give the hips a little wiggle from side to side to release the lower back. And now lowering the forehead or chin to the floor. And extend the arms a few inches away from the hips, palms to the floor to prepare for boat pose. We're pressing the pubic bone down, navel moves towards the spine. On your next inhalation, lifting the head and chest away from the floor, and then lifting the legs. Breathe, and slowly lower down. And again, pressing into the pubic bone, lifting the head and chest, lifting the feet. And now if you like, adding the arms, reaching long through the fingertips. Exhaling, slowly lowering down. Placing one hand on top of the other to rest the forehead, relax the lower back. Preparing now for L belly down, spinal twist. Extending the arms to T position, palms to the floor. And turning the head to rest on your left cheek. And now lifting the right foot off the floor, keeping the bent knee on the mat. And now lifting the right knee as you roll onto the left side of the torso. And the knee is pointing upward as you drop the right foot to rest somewhere near your left hand. And turning to rest onto the left side of your head. So making any adjustments here to find comfort. And walking the right hand just a little bit further away to bring the stretch into the shoulder. Close the eyes if you like, continue to breathe. And now on your next inhalation, slowly lifting the right foot off the floor. And moving very gradually. Exhaling and rolling slowly back onto the belly. Noticing all the sensations of release along the way. And bringing one hand on top of the other to rest the forehead. Give the hips a little wiggle to realign the pelvis back in line with your spine. And take a breath or two here to notice these sensations of release. And how one hip and pelvis feel in relation to the other side. And extending the arms again to T position, palms to the floor. And turning the head to bring the right cheek to the floor. And now lifting the left foot away from the floor. Toes are pointing upward. Now lifting the left knee as you roll onto the right side of the torso. Bringing that left foot to rest on the floor, perhaps somewhere near your right hand. Walking the left hand a little further away from you, stretching the upper arm. And positioning yourself comfortably so that you're lying on the right side of the torso, right side of the head on the mat. Closing the eyes if you like and continue to breathe in and out through the nose. And one more full breath here. And on your next inhalation, slowly lifting that foot and gradually rolling back onto the belly. Taking your time. Again, placing one hand on top of the other to rest the forehead. Give the hips a little wiggle to realign the spine. Bringing the toes to up in the air and drop the feet from side to side, moving into a windshield wiper motion to release the spine. And bringing the feet back to center, lowering the feet to the floor. And now bringing the hands underneath your shoulders and rolling yourself around, flipping yourself around like a pancake to come to roll onto your back and lie on the back with the hands resting by your sides. Feet and knees hip width apart. And just take a moment here to settle into the floor as we prepare for a figure four stretch. So bring a little bit more of the upper back and shoulders in contact with the mat. Tucking the chin in very slightly to lengthen through the back of the neck. And if you can, try to keep the head still and gazing up towards the sky rather than to the screen to keep the head and neck in alignment. And now lifting the right foot away from the floor and bring the outside of the right ankle to rest on top of your left knee. So for some of you, you might want to stay in this position here, keeping the arms resting by your sides. If you'd like to move more deeply into figure four, taking hold of the back of the left thigh with both hands, lifting that left foot away from the floor. Again, if it doesn't feel comfortable or accessible, it's fine to keep the foot grounded on the mat. And you may wish to keep this left knee bent, or you could extend that leg up towards the sky, whatever feels best for you. Keeping the head and the shoulders glued to the floor. And on your next inhalation, gently press the right knee away from you, just a small movement. And as you exhale, hugging the left leg in a little bit closer. And inhaling, just pressing the right knee gently away from you. Exhale, hugging the left leg in closer. And continue to breathe and relax and settle into the stretch. And now if you've extended the left leg straight, bending the left knee once again. And returning the left foot to the floor, followed by the right. Bring the knees together to touch so that the legs could relax. Receiving the sensations, again, noticing how one side of the body feels in relation to the other. And then bringing the feet and knees hip width apart. We'll move next onto the other side. So lifting the left foot away from the floor, bringing the outside of the left ankle above the right knee. And it's fine to stay here. If you like, you could take hold of the back of the right thigh with both hands, lifting the right foot off the floor. You keep that knee bent, or you could straighten the leg as you like. Keep relaxing the shoulders, keep the back of the neck long. On your next inhalation, gently pressing the left knee away from you for an isometric stretch. Exhale, draw the right leg in closer. Inhale, pressing the left knee away, just a small movement. Exhale, hugging the right leg in closer. Continue to breathe, making any adjustments here, releasing if you like. Now, if you straighten the right leg, bending the right knee again, returning the right foot to the floor. Followed by the left, bringing the knees together to touch. Relax the legs. Now straighten the legs along the floor, reaching the arms overhead along the floor. Reach long through the fingertips, press out through the feet, lengthening the body. And exhale, soften. And again, inhaling as you lengthen. Exhaling, soften, and hugging the knees in towards the chest and either holding in stillness or circling on the sacrum or rocking gently from side to side. And then as you're ready, making your way to lie on your back, preparing for our final relaxation. So coming to lie on your back with the legs extended. And you may wish to rest the arms by your sides or place the hands on top of the belly. Allowing yourself to settle into the floor. And see if you could bring as much of the upper back and shoulders in contact with the floor as is comfortable. And tuck the chin in very slightly to lengthen through the back of the neck. And let go of any breathing pattern and allow your breath to flow naturally and effortlessly. Feel the muscles of the body growing warm, soft, and heavy. Releasing the weight of your body towards the earth. Feeling yourself supported and nurtured by the earth beneath you. And as the body relaxes, invite the mind to let go. Letting go of any thoughts that may be distracting or that do not serve you in this moment. Allowing the body and mind to relax completely and receive the benefits of your practice. And now gradually begin to deepen your breathing and make some small movements with the fingers and the toes, inviting awareness and sensation to return. And now bending the knees in towards your chest and come to roll over onto your right side, resting in a fetal position. And take a moment here to acknowledge your efforts and dedication. And now pressing into the hands and mindfully make your way up to a seated position. Sitting tall with the eyes remaining closed. Checking in with your body, mind, and breath. Noticing how you feel now compared to when you began your class. Bringing the hands to prayer position in front of the heart, dropping the chin towards the chest, coming into a gesture of gratitude. And take a moment to focus on something or someone you are grateful for. Om Shanti, peace. May the peace in our hearts bring peace into the world. Softly allow the eyes to open and lift the gaze. Namaste. I honor the light in you.